Boosh. Bosh. Why do I always start saying like bosh? I need to get a new word. Yeah, I need to get a new word other than bosh. Maybe I can rotate the words. That might be a good idea. Nah, let's keep bosh. Bosh. Yo, I'm doing good, Ethan. Hope you're doing good as well. How you doing, Nova? Hope you had a good day. How's the job hunt going as well? Still on the grind, or? I need to get a haircut again. Oh, by the way, milk update. I've tried a new brand called Tom Parker. Like, it's like quite small, each portion, but holy moly, it's the best milk I've ever had in my life. Like, it is just sensational. Like, I highly recommend it. You have to sell your kidneys because it's very expensive, but it is the best milk ever. It is sensational. Job hunting is not hunting at the moment. Fair. Fair. How you doing, Golden? How you doing, Thomas? Adam? Hope you're all doing good. Your painkillers. Damn, well, hopefully you kick in ASAP and you feel alright. Is this for your back again? With the painkillers? Yes, we're doing a license. Jano versus Lucas. Who's better? Could not care less. Could not care less, dude. I don't rate people over the internet. Like, you know, people will have their own opinions, and I'm sure neither Jano or Lucas cares if I say who's better. Like, couldn't care less. But I appreciate the question, though, dude. What happened after you left? It was so much better. Not because you left. I must specify that. But it was just so much cleaner racing, so much more enjoyable. Like, it was just so much better, man. Got a headache. An earache. Damn, well, having an earache isn't good to be in this stream, because I make those worse. Hopefully you feel better, though, soon. Yo, how you doing, Hector? Welcome in, bro. How you doing, sir? Welcome in, bro. Hope you had a good day. The lobby is open, by the way. Just to let you guys know. I just want to pause my preview window. Otherwise, I'm looking at myself speaking, and it's quite off-putting. Bosh. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well, man. Nova's already on top of it. Really only A? Yep. Only A class. And I'm having zero tolerance for dirty driving. If there's any dirty driving, you're gone. And I'm making zero exceptions anymore. Because I'm tired of getting taken out. I am so bored of it. Like, yeah. I cannot be bothered to be taken out anymore. And if I take anyone out, then I quit the game, I go to iRacing. Fair compromise. Because I am done. How you doing, Forza Ferrari? Feel free to grind up to A though, dude. Would love to have you in. Would love to have you in the lobbies. Bro, play on the controller, you're too good anyway. What about the keyboard? I can play with the keyboard. I tried playing with the keyboard to get a photo for like a thumbnail, and I genuinely wanted to smash the keyboard to bits. It was so infuriating. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. How you doing? Rizai, if I say your name correctly. And grinded to 8. Let's go, Ethan. How long did it take? I need to message Victor. Good to know, Robert. Good to know. Hopefully you have a good time there, man. How you doing, Kane? Please don't start. When the lobby gets full, then we'll start. I can't promise we'll... Again, Robert didn't necessarily need that information, but I'm really happy for you. Go get him, Tiger. Make it a good one. Yeah, I do agree. It is TMI for a Twitch chat. If the 3 Hungarians in lobby beat you in race, what? Okay, wait. So the question says, Yo, Brendon, if the 3 Hungarian in lobby beats you in one race, can we get something? Yes, you can. You can get kicked from the lobby. How you doing, Toy? Where's Victor? I'm trying to find... One of my friends is doing an event this weekend, and his practice is on. I'm trying to find... In a 6-hour stream, I'm trying to find a 5-minute segment of his practice. Where are you? Oh, lobby's almost full. Oh, he's not in this one. Are you following the Barcelona shakedown? Not really, to be honest. Yeah, not really. Like, I see a few things on Twitter, but Twitter is the most useless source of information. Genuinely, I would find it more reliable to like put leaves on my wall and hope that they'll tell me the truth than to rely on Twitter for accurate information. So I have been following it to see a little bit what the cars look like, but there's literally nothing more to read into it than like what the cars look like. That's it. Yo, how you doing, Count? You train for all tracks using the video? Let's go, man. Appreciate you, dude. Hopefully they were useful. What team do you reckon will be fastest this year? Uber Eats car. How long will the stream be running for? Probably about 2 hours, maybe 3. 2 hours if we have some good clean racing. 3 hours if we have some really good clean racing. You're the only German? Damn. Is a license on A? It is indeed. Yeah, the AMR26 does look pretty. It is a really pretty car. Like, providing they do a good job with delivery, it'll be a really, really nice car, to be honest. To look at least. But after that, who knows? Again, to be honest, people were overreacting because it broke down, but you literally don't know the run plan of the teams. Of course, no team wants it to break down on track. That's obvious. But some teams are literally just running the engine just to see if it breaks down. Like, they're just trying engine modes to see that, see what happens, see what does this, see what happens, you know. Like, there's literally very minimal to read into the whole situation. With that being said, I've started my own Formula 1 team, and I am going to win the championship this year. How you doing? I'm doing good, bro. How you doing good as well, Hector? How to join? Just like have an A-class license on F125, and then yeah, we're good to go. Yeah, McLaren always do a nice like concept liveries, don't they? Like, to be fair to them, they always do a nice job in that sense. I love your content. Just got good enough to be enjoy playing F1 games. Let's go, man. Dino, that's such a kind comment, man. I really appreciate you, dude. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the game as well. Sim racing is quite unique, though, isn't it? Like, you either love it or you hate it. And when you're learning the skill sets in sim racing, it's easy to hate it. Do you know this Newey did some funky work on the side pod? I did. That's just Newey all over, isn't it? Like, to be honest, though, I really do like that Aston Martin... like, I do like that Aston Martin played it so late, and they were just so, like, rushed. You know what I mean? Like, literally, they turned up last night with the car in bits, and like the mechanics were building it overnight. I just think that's so cool. Like, I think that's what motorsport's really about, right? These last minute solutions and getting everything on the flight, getting it all in a truck, bringing it over, and away you go. Like, I think that is so cool that you have like raw passion like that. The mechanics, the engineers clearly just working flat out to get that thing ready. I just think that's awesome. I think that's so cool. What's your favorite moment ever in sim racing? Invoicing lunch. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm halfway genuine with that answer. Like, I thought it was always such a cool thing that I could just like get food when I go to work and then invoice it. I just thought it was amazing. Like, I never really took the mick with it. I never did like order foods that I wouldn't order for myself, right? But I just thought it was fantastic that I could like go to Mackey's in the airport or something like that and be like, oh, that's going on the invoice. Like, lovely. You know what I mean? Like, it's the little perks of that what really made the difference. Yeah, there were. Yeah. Williams was interesting, though, isn't it? But I mean, the truth is, I'm not going to throw any shade to Williams because they're making a Formula 1 car better than I ever would. Like, you know, it's the truth, isn't it? Sorry, but what's an invoice? Oh, you don't need to be sorry for that, dude. Like, it's a really good, honest question. Invoice is just what you put towards a company for them to pay you. So, for example, if I want a company to pay me my salary, and I have a business, like I have my own business set up, what I get paid through, I send the invoice to X company to pay me X amount of money. And that's like a legalization of getting paid, basically, when you're a contractor. If you're a normal employee of a company, then you just get your payslip. But a payslip is effectively an invoice, but just done, let's say, more commercially. The whole time, Big Show. Mate. Oh, you're saying sorry because I learned it. Oh, I see. Still, though, you don't need to say sorry, dude. I always say in life, like, as long as we haven't actually done anything wrong, then we shouldn't obsess over the idea of saying sorry. Because it becomes a really bad habit that we say sorry for everything at that point. How you doing, Bacon Boys? Just joined the lobby. Awesome, man. Looking forward to later. But yeah, like, I really do appreciate that you're being polite with to say sorry, but Yeah, dude. Really nice from you. I really do appreciate it. Wonderful username. Agreed. I've got some bacon in my fridge, to be fair. Thanks, love. Okay, karma. How you doing, pal? Hope you're doing good, bro. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite team, right? Because I don't really see. I have favorite personnel, right, in the team. I have favorite people. Why do I not have Horsey back? I have favorite people in the team, right? But I don't really have a favorite team anymore. Simply because I know there's more to it, and that, let's say, a team is just an identification of a name, and I don't really just support solely a name. Okay, Luca, calm it down. That was bad. Another one of those, and kaput. We're not about the dirty driving anymore. Aggressive driving, bye. Who made the contact there? You disconnected? Like, as in you did, Robert, or... Ah, damn. Well, hopefully you're able to get back in, bro. Yo, thanks for the 200 bits, man. Possible to join? Of course, mate. Of course you can. The only requirement I have is that you have the A license. That just helps to filter out dirty drivers. But, well, first of all, thank you for the bits. Really, you didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate that you did. Yeah, just the A license helps filter, yeah, people, basically. What do F1 Esports engineers even do? Plump the egos of the driver. Nah, there's more to it than that. There's two sections of the engineer, really. So you have the engineer, let's say, in the preparation. The preparation, the engineer is really important now. To check the strategy. I would say F1 Esports engineers are more strategists rather than setup engineers. A lot of the time, the driver is doing the setup work, or the driver's working combination are doing the setup work. And then the engineers are more focusing to the strategy, because that's the bit the drivers are not really that good at, to be honest. Reading, analyzing, understanding the data. So the engineers focus on that a lot. And then in the race, it's more about the execution of that data and guiding the driver through the optimization of the race, right? So, okay, let's box lap 6, let's box lap 7. Okay, that driver has that much battery, let's try this. But also the big role of the engineer, also in real life, is to be like the therapist of the driver. And I'm not even joking when I say that, because the driver has so much emotion in the race that you need an engineer that can react to you emotionally, you know? And that's really important. It's so important, actually. It's the same as like you see the relationship Max and GP has. That GP is like the best emotional support for Max possible. Like, he is such a good emotional support for Max because he understands Max emotionally. So he's able to guide him through and to be firm with Max and to be fair and to be gentle when he needs, you know, or to know when not to react to Max saying something, you know. So yeah, that's kind of a mini podcast on what the engineers do, right? But again, it also varies by the engineer, by the team. I'm only speaking really on my experience. How can you join? Just by having an A license in the F1 game. If you have an A license, then you're more than welcome to join. The reason I have the A license requirement is just to stop people being dirty drivers, to be honest. And if someone has an A license, they're less likely to be dirty. Then yeah, just join the lobby that way. Searching for Brendon Leigh in the lobby search list, and we're good to go. Can a controller player ever go to Esports? No, not really. They can qualify for Esports, or they can get signed to an Esports team, but you have to race on the wheel in F1 Esports. At least that's what I'm aware of. You have to race on the wheel. Because at least up to this point, it was sponsored by Fanatec. Right, so yeah, you had to be on the wheel. Oh, we might get him. Come on. Ah, 4,000ths. Unlucky. Good battle, though. Oh. You're never getting in? How come? GPX Max is in my opinion, is more iconic than Lewis and Bono. I think they're the same, to be honest. I think GP and Max have more, let's say, spicy clips together that go viral. But in terms of teamwork, I think Bono and Lewis are the same, to be honest. Yeah, I think you could be good enough, or show that you're good enough with the controller, but by the time you wanted to race in esports, it would need to be with the wheel. I can't remove people unless I see it. Otherwise, then I'm just relying on other people to tell me if someone's dirty or not, and it just becomes a mess. But I'll keep an eye out for him, Liam. I'll keep an eye out for him. I'll try my best, man. Yeah, the videos with GP and Max are always funny. What's more important, F1 Esports, quality or race pace? Depends on the game. Really depends on the game, to be honest, bro. Like last game, more important to have quality pace. 2019, when the slipstream and the dirty air was not so bad, you could have better race pace, you know. One new account, so I don't have it here, but normally, yes, I do have it. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, if you're able to get the A license on a new account or go back on your old one, then yeah, more than welcome to join. Yo, how you doing, Pablo? Hope you're doing good, bro. Debating on running 0003 wings on my race on Saturday. What would the GOAT recommend? Depends on the rest of your setup, right? If you're struggling with traction as the stint goes on, I would say to go to 03. But if you're having good traction throughout the stint and you're not struggling with the rear tires at all, then I would say then it's okay to be 00. But it's all about the balance. If the balance is all over the shop, run the higher on the rear. If the balance is okay, then you can run 0-0. How you doing, gamer? Welcome in, bro. Yeah, this game is definitely more important to have the quality pace. Oh, 0-3. Okay, but still the same logic applies, my friend. That you're looking just for the balance of the car, right? So if the balance is okay at 3-0, then to run 3-0. If you're oversteering, then go 0-0. Just while that's loading, I'm going to go close off my radiator, so I'll be back in just a mo. At this time, you can look at my screensaver. What fortunately is not me crashing into a wall. That's always nice. Oh, man, I'm getting old. I need to make noise every single time I stand up and get down. Are you fast on controller? I am terrible on controller. I used to be alright. In 2014, I used to race competitive on the controller, but after that, I didn't, and I'm not good on the controller anymore. I don't know about the steering rate. I normally just run the steering rate on default, but 290 wheel rotation's okay. I run 300 myself. Why am I P18? Some people must have joined and left. Oh, it's cheddar, not Japan. Nice. Bit of tea. Yo, how you doing, Flav? Welcome in, bro. Hope you're doing good. Good luck. Appreciate you, bro. Oh, he disappeared. That was a bad decision to go on the inside. That was just lap one. Mess. Okay, yeah. Jules, you can go, lad. See, now that I see that he was driving dirty, then I can get rid of him. Do you recommend your cam settings? I mean, depends on the person. For me, they're good. And Luca, that was bad as well. That's 2 times now that I've seen that bit rough driving. Okay, yeah. Luca is too extreme. It's not fun to drive like that. Oh, Koopa. And that wasn't so good either. Can anyone join? Of course. The only requirement is that you're driving clean and that you have the A license in the game. Apart from that, it's completely open to anyone, and everyone's welcome to join. So the thing that I just don't like to see is just crazy dive bombing and, you know. For me, these are just meant to be fun. And when people start driving like the World Championship is on the line, bye-bye. Do you show cam settings? I'll try to remember over the start-finish line at the end of the race. I'll try my best to remember. If it's possible, please may you remind me, like on the final lap. If you just put like a message or something, then I'll be able to show you Big Show. Just if it's possible to remind me, then that'd be great. Would appreciate it. Roger that. So weird, because it's actually working fine. What, your internet's working fine? Oh, you got disconnected. It might just be the servers. Because the thing is, I don't know exactly how the servers work. You mean instead of course a competizione? How so? Like your internet works fine on a set of course a competizione, but not with F1. You mean? Yeah, that's because the F1 servers are generally pretty weak. Yeah, the F1 servers are normally pretty weak. And I don't say that that's a direct criticism to the game, but competizione servers are more dedicated. Whereas the F1 servers, I don't know exactly how they work, so I might not be telling the whole truth here. These are the camera settings as well that I use on the Falali. But yeah, the servers piggyback off each other, I think. So it's much more vulnerable on the F1 game to like lag and disconnects, etc. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, dude. Before you fill up on contact. It's all good, Bacon. I don't think you did anything malicious, no? Because everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people just drive really, to be honest, silly, and they just start crashing, dive bombing. It just becomes not enjoyable. So the A license is to keep it enjoyable, to be honest. Buongiorno. How you doing? Come stai? Sandwiched? Yeah, was that in the Sector 1? Goes away in a few hours. I see. Well, hopefully you're able to fix it, though. What is convia? I presume I say the via correctly. The pronunciation. E2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but E2 basically means like and you, right? If so, bene. And what is moto? Is moto like very good? You're more than welcome back in the future, Luca. But at the moment, it's just dive bomb city, and I want to have fun. I want to chill, and it's just not the funnest racing at the moment. It's racing for a world championship, not racing for open lobbies. But you're more than welcome back in the future, dude. How long does it take to get a license? Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm in a really lucky position that I'm the lobby host, so I don't actually need the A license. So I'm very lucky in that sense, so I'm not actually too sure how long it does take. If someone else does know, that'll be really good information, actually. And Jules gets you as well. He pushed... Luca, he pushed you off, no? I saw that, so... Have a good stream. Appreciate you, bro. Have a good rest of the evening as well, mate. Watching move your position down. Who was I gonna check? Caden, that's it. Yeah, Caden's there. But you drive... Yeah, mate, honestly, the pace doesn't matter. As long as you're just driving clean. Or driving just in a enjoyable way, you know? What I mean by, like, an enjoyable way is, like, not to be super, super aggressive and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't mind. Like overall, I don't mind mistakes, right? Because I make them. It's just a pattern of thingy behavior. Finally, we got my good lunch to collect. You're just randomly joined your lobby for Australia. Welcome to the Piranha Club. What is Imola? There it is. Yeah, Monza is really difficult, right? Because you run basically no downforce there. What makes the corners, although there's a lack of corners, it makes those corners more difficult. Good luck. Appreciate bacon. Good luck as well, dude. I've gone on your wheel. That can happen on the F1 game. Sometimes just tab out and tab back in or something like that. Whoa. Kind of surprised we didn't end up in the grandstand. Oh, okay, I spoke too soon. Oh, oh my god. Even A license is dirty? Yeah, but it's a lot more manageable. Because instead of, like, it just makes less people in the lobby dirty, so then I can filter them out a bit easier. What I really need to do is get some stuff together and make, like, a Discord server where that would tell me, like, drivers to invite or whatever. And if the driver are dirty, then they get blacklisted, sort of thing. Oh. Oh, we got wheel tagged. I'll wait for him. Because although there was nothing I really could have done about that, 2-second time penalty for that. Okay, that was a skill issue on the exit. Yeah, although there was nothing I could have done about the pushing wide because we got wheel tagged. Still ain't nice. subs are amazing. Oh, appreciate it, bro. Thank you. There you go. Driven the grass. Ooh. Yo, how did your exam go, dude? Hope you're doing well, man. Okay, guys, in the chat, Gamma. Gamma, Gamma, Karma, 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 Chameleon. Okay, guys. Really? You're arguing in a Twitch chat. There's better things to do in life. Brendon? Yeah? How you doing, bro? Yeah, hopefully your exam was good. I'm doing good, bro. Hope you're doing good as well. I'm having the time of my life watching two people fight over a Twitch chat. Oh. Big news, the exam, if it was hard, had been passed 21 to 30. Let's oh, Nightbot. I need to change the settings of Nightbot. Nah, okay, Flav, I can't be bothered with you. How dare you tell him that? He's chill, man. See you later, dude. Yes, Simeon, apologies about that. I need to change the Nightbot settings. I agree on that, Big Show. There's at the moment there's like no real support in the game for that kind of thing. Do you still talk with F1 Esports and drivers after you quit? Yeah, I speak with Otis a lot. I speak with Lucas Blakely. Occasionally I'll speak to some other people, but really not that much. Yeah, really, I speak to Otis a lot. I speak to Lucas a lot. About it, to be honest. Good luck as well, bro. Do like a bit of Spain, to be fair. It's a good track. No, I think the DLC will be pretty good, to be honest. Well, good is relative, right? Because good is how much it costs. Like, good is just how much it costs, right? No, I think actually the biggest problem with this game is the tires overheating. When you drive the car about 3-4 seconds a lap slower, the tires stop overheating, and actually it becomes a really enjoyable handling model. Like, the handling model at the start of a 100% race is actually really good, in my opinion. Well, good is relative, right? But really enjoyable relative to what you have at the moment. So at the moment, the cars are just too quick for the tire model that we have underneath us. So if they fix that by slowing down the cars, like the new regulation should, honestly, I think there's a good chance that they improve the experience. What is that, Alpine? Oh, that's a bit adventurous up the inside. How was Krabs going around the outside of like 4 cars? Fair play, lad. Yeah, but they can do that with the code, I think. Because really, in terms of a line of code, oh, okay. There's not that much difference, really, between the old engines and the new. We'll try to leave in the space. Because it's just how much battery power do you have versus how much combustion power you have. So once you adjust the combustion power and the battery power, you can just do it within lines of code. Like, if someone wanted to mod it and they had the information from the F1 teams about how much power each unit had, or each side of the engine had, you could literally mod it in today. It's just that no one actually has that information, so you can't, or can't do it properly. But honestly, like, I said it in the video I made about this kind of subject, is if they make the 2060 DLC, and in that 2060 DLC they fix a lot of the bugs the game has, like the little annoying ones, and it'll be really good. Okay. Please can someone remind me to kick Formula Con YouTube at the end of this? If they could, that would be really nice of them. I would really appreciate it. So I sometimes have the memory of a goldfish. And not a very smart one at that. When have they fixed bugs? Yeah, but that's my point. A lot of the times they're always updating the game, making a new game every year. So it's not that easy to start implementing bug fixes, especially as then you're developing the new game after that. So I don't know if they will or not, but using the same game for 2 years in a row, or the same baseline of the game, gives them the opportunity to fix bugs. Dude, I have to be honest though, I understand why you're being very negative, but your mind is in the gutter. Like, you're just thinking about how the game could be bad, how the game could be bad, how the game could be bad. And it might be bad. It might genuinely be bad, but you're not even giving it the chance to be good, you know? But you're completely entitled to your opinion, though. I'm not trying to take that away from you. Nah, I mean, I'm quitting after 25. Ah, fair enough. Is that like to focus more on a real life, or is that like do the schooling, like university, or something, or maybe a different sim? Oh, sorry, that's my fault. Somehow we got away with that. I was reading chat. Going to uni? Nice, man. What do you plan to study? Next week, Formula Ford is at VIR. Ooh! Like the small layout or the big layout? For sure I will play iRacing. Don't know how much though, but yeah. Do the science? Good. That's awesome, mate. I know nothing really about it, so I can't, like... I would love to give you some advice or whatever, but I know nothing about it. But that sounds so cool, man. Oh. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Cybersecurity? Cooking, bro. So when I get an email about 7 million worth of gold in Kenya, and I'm getting the email from a prince with all the email written in cap locks with bold lettering, I'll message you about it, right? Fair enough. I don't think you got the joke, man. Goal is to go and fix the game. Fair play, mate. Oh, fair play. Block the switchback. Oh, bottomed out. That's not ideal. How'd you on the lobby? Just like normal lobbies. Just searching for my name in the list. The only requirement is to have an A license in the game. And how? Cheers, Bacon. Catch you later, dude. I'm not gonna answer that on his behalf, Ethan. That would be wrong of me. Appreciate ya. Wait, how are you knowing that and you're still racing? That's crazy. Yeah, they do need to fix the AI pace. North Circuit, small one. Ah, okay. That circuit's still cool. Passport issue. Damn. Unlucky, man. What was the issue with the passport? Well, I mean, to be fair, the money earned on YouTube and Twitch is like the same for ad revenue, to be fair. Do you think the esports community is big compared to the regular player base? In the sense of like, I think I see what you mean, like the competitive players versus the regular players, right? It's probably not that hard to get the A license. Just driving clean and showing to the game that you can be a clean driver. Yeah, I think the competitive base is not as big as the regular, but I think the competitive base or the competitive community, I should say, is more passionate and probably has more game hours than the regular players, right? That like the regular players who play like the career mode, etc., and don't really sweat the game, has more numbers, but I think the competitive base have more game hours. Suit the game for the regular guy? Yeah, I mean, it's a good strategy. At the end of the day, right, they're focusing to sell as many games in a year as possible. Because there isn't like an inside DLC properly. So they're not really going to make money from the game doing DLCs, right? So they can't rely on the regular player base for that. So the metric for success to stay in business is to sell as many games at launch as possible, right? You know, so they have to cater to that person who's going to enjoy the game the most in the first month. You know. Kick formula, you're totally right. Thank you for reminding me. Good mo. Catch you later, bro. I hope you have a good day at school, man. Do you think they'll fix the dirty air to slipstream ratio? No idea. I mean, they can, but will they? That depends on the AI, to be honest. They set the dirty air to slipstream to balance with the AI. So the AI can race each other. And then the online race is a second priority, I think. So it really depends on what the AI do and use. That's why F124 was so weak on the dirty air, because then it meant the AI could follow each other forever, and they could race each other. Tea or coffee? Oh, tea all day, like tea all day. I don't really like coffee. For me, it's quite bitter. Let's go, man. Good to have you in the lobby, mate. Airballed? Wait, me? Like, I airballed you, Sasha, or someone else did? I'm not too sure how many races it will take to get the A license. How about you, mate? What are you preferring, tea or coffee? Are you good? Let's go. Like the coffee aroma? I like the aura that comes with drinking coffee, because like everyone drinking coffee, like especially in Italy, they're so good with like the espresso, you know, and they just look fantastic. They look like a model anytime they have the espresso. And it is literally like a work of art, you know. They sit there with the small cup at the auto grill on the autostrada, and yeah, they look like a model every time with the espresso. It's hilarious, but in a good way. Apologies, Caden. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Bump draft, bump draft, bump draft. No! Oh, thank the Lord for ghosting. Ooh, 2 overtakes. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Yeah, I think most places that have coffee as an integral part of their culture, right, have a good coffee. But the coffee in the UK is not that good. I try it a few times and it's pretty gross. I think coffee is in 2 ways, right? That you're either drinking it for the caffeine or you're drinking it for the taste, for the time. And like a lot of time in the UK, people are just drinking coffee for the caffeine, right? Whereas if you actually do it in a nice way in like Italy and you have a good coffee with a good coffee bean, what's produced in a nice way and made into a very good drink in a professional way, is very good. Even that I quite enjoyed actually. Like the espresso in Italy was quite good. But if I tried like a normal espresso in like the UK, yeah, you are right in that sense that the British do just see food as a fuel. Yeah, how you doing, Bob? Italian addicted to coffee. Yeah, I've seen. My favorite thing with the Italian culture with the coffee is the coffee in the morning and the coffee in the night. You know, I can't remember what way it is around. Like the cappuccino is only in the morning, right? And then there's the coffee for the afternoon. Yo, how you doing, Michael? Welcome in, bro. Hope you're doing well, bro. Oh, it's been good, bro. It's been productive. It's cold. Sheesh. Quite warm in here. I think it's cold outside, and my radiators were absolutely steaming. I have 72 as my racing number. Oh, that was dodgy. -15. That's pretty warm. That's t-shirt and shorts weather, that is. I'm surprised you aren't having an ice cream. To be fair, at least the ice cream wouldn't melt. Any tips for learning no line? Mainly it's just about having strong references around the track. Like, to know where you want to brake ahead of time. Like, for example, in the final chicane, right? I know that I brake when the curb starts from the right-hand side. So I can use that as a reference point. And just getting your brain used to using reference points over the colored line on the track. And then you're in a good way, right? That's the main thing. It's just building up that confidence to use the references in a nice way. I was too busy watching the battle. Oh, that was a cheeky switchback. And that was a cheeky maneuver. Go on, run out of battery. Please, 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 run out of battery. I'm surprised he gave me the inside there. And here, all you have to do is stop the switchback. Lovely job, buddy. Yeah, that was very cheeky at cops. I'm surprised he gave me the space. Not that he's a dirty driver, but he just reacted really well to it. Like, to be fair, that was really good from Krabs there. Very useful. Generally video on shifting. I don't think I actually have a video on shifting for this game, but I have one for F124, I'm pretty sure. And it would be the same logic, basically. So maybe that can be useful. Yeah, I agree, Liam. I wouldn't have given myself space for that either. Coffee glass. Ah, okay. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate ya. How you doing, Rami? How you doing good, bro? Do you want? Of course you can, bro. Of course you can. How about this fire here? Try Monaco? No, I like the wet Monaco. My EA is just my username. Make a mistake. You blocked past me, not very good. No, I didn't. I had the car at the inside note, and I just stopped the car on the apex. Yeah, it's so much better. The racing standards are so much nicer. Catch you later, dude. Really appreciate you coming in, man. Got a question from me? Send it, bro. I'll give you TLS. Let's go. You don't need to do that, man. You can focus on your own race, have fun, you know. I do appreciate the offer. Should you have some now? Oh, I don't know how to answer that one. Because the thing is, right, that if I open a box of Jaffa Cakes, I'm not stopping until we're done. Like, I'm not stopping till we're done. Like, once they're open, they're open. It's done. Like, so, I don't know. What's your favorite Formula 1 team? I like classic Team Lotus. Like the Jim Clark days. I think that's such a cool era. Yeah. You like McLaren? Nice, man. What headset do I use? I use a Steelseries. I don't know the actual model name. All I know is it's wired, and it was like one of the top of the line that they had. I don't like wireless headsets. I find they have a little bit of input delay, and I just don't like wireless stuff because I forget to charge them. So it's a skill issue, really, that I forget to charge them. Use smart TV. Cable phobic? In the sense that you like the cables or you don't like the cables? You're a Ferrari fan. Ah. Well, I'm not surprised. Ferrari is like the holy grail of Italy. Hate them? Ah, fair enough. You would not like to see my setup. Because my brain is only about performance, right? So I could not care less about cable management. Like, I don't care how many cables there are. I don't care where they go. Oh, I almost had a crash. I don't care if they look ugly. I just put the cable there, and I'm ready to drive. Oh, they're both on the wall. So yeah, you wouldn't like to see my setup. Oh, hello. I was there, mate. Nothing I could have done about that. You were turned in on. Yeah, I do really like Ferrari as well. That was quite a special place for me. Because I got to spend a few years working for them. So, like, the thing is, right? Oh my god. I don't really see... Like, before I did F1 Esports, right? One second. There we go. Before I did F1 Esports, I had a different perception on teams and all that kind of thing. That's too wide, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that was his fault. It was just free wide at the second, so I don't think he was trying to push me wide. It was just free wide and couldn't do anything. But anyway, what I was going to say is before working for F1 teams, I was more in awe of them. I still am now because I see how technically talented they are. But now, because I know the people in the team, I don't really, like, support a team. I support the people that I know within the teams, right? So when a team does well, or a driver does well, I'm more happy for that people that I know inside the team than anything else. It's all good, Liam. Yeah, I saw that you had the guy on the inside. It's all good, bro. Like I say, I don't mind. I don't mind mistakes. Bulking so hard, as in you're bulking at the moment. Oh, it's hard. Is bulking hard though? I guess it depends on your own personal body, right? And approach to food. Like, if someone said to me I can eat as much food as I want whenever I want, I would be so happy. Yeah, no, 100% depends on the metabolism. Is a really good point, actually. Fails. I was Caden in the outside wall there. $78 and only 52. Jesus, mate. I guess your metabolism is super, super fast then, right? Yeah, but when you're young, your body is firing on all cylinders, right? So you can get away with eating more. Now I'm like 26. If I even look at a McDonald's, I gain 7 kg. I just went in general. It's crazy that my routine before, and this is a bit silly of me, so don't try to copy what I did. But I would run like 3 half marathons a week, but then my treat was, when I finished a half marathon, I would go get a Mackey's. So I was like, well, the calories that I'm burning from doing the half marathon, I'm eating again with the Mackey's, so coolio. Yeah, my body was still gaining weight. I just couldn't believe it. The lobby won't show up on the list when it's full with the drivers, unfortunately. So you'll have to wait for someone to leave, and then it will show up on the list. But do you have a slow metabolism? I presume so. I've never got it actually officially checked. But my body is very efficient, to be honest. My body is very efficient with the calories it has. For example, I ran a... How much is 50 kilometers in miles? I was there, mate. 50 kilometers in miles is something like 28? 30, maybe? I ran 50 kilometers, 35 miles, okay. I ran 35 miles with a bacon and sausage sandwich for breakfast, and 2 Oreos. And I mean literally 2 Oreos in that whole time. And I'm not even exaggerating there. I was very hungry after and very depleted. But that's how efficient my body can be. So I guess my metabolism is quite slow. Set up understeery? I wouldn't really say understeery. It's a race setup that I'm using at the moment, so it's meant to protect the tires. So if I was running the quali setup, it would have a lot more natural rotation. But like, it's the race setup for Spa that I have. So it's made to be like really good on tires, really balanced, you know, so I wouldn't say understeery, just better for the whole race situation. What's your Chinese order? Ooh, good question. I normally would go sweet and sour chicken balls, fries, and ribs. Man, I'm hungry just thinking about that. Jesus. I don't really like... Well, I like rice from the Chinese takeaway. But it was never really hitting like the fries, you know? Yeah, French fries, yeah. What about you? What's your go-to for Chinese takeaway? Junk, yeah, enjoy junk food while you're younger. Yeah, 100%, mate. When you're younger, you can just do whatever you want. Alright, Apple. I'll keep an eye on him, man. But that's the point, mate. Honestly, that's the point. Like, when you get fries at a Chinese takeaway, it's the point. They're not meant to be good, but because they're so bad, they're delicious, right? That's the point. Like, this is what I say about some French fries, right? That they're so bad that they're good. The same way as, like, Mackey's, right? The food quality is terrible. Utterly terrible. But it's delicious. It's actually delicious. You know? Yeah, but like the reason I get fries over rice is fries dipped in the sweet and sour sauce is better than rice in the sweet and sour sauce. Euros? Yeah, they're very expensive. They're delicious though. In Ireland we have spice bags. Yeah, I've seen his name like Nasty TK or something like that. He's hilarious on TikTok. Like he made spice bag go viral. I absolutely love him. Mate, I love him. He seems really nice as well. Like he seems like he actually seems like a decent bloke. What is rare for an influencer, to be honest. The only thing I get annoyed at with him, and it's not really a true annoyance, it's just like sometimes I see him like dunking the most ridiculous combinations of food together just for the video, and I completely get it. The game is the game, right? But I'm like, he's dunking like cheese sauce in like garlic and mayo herb dip, and I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? And then he gets all the food around his mouth, and I'm just watching it like, no, come on. Like, everything up to that bit is a fantastic video. I understand he's got to do that for the views, right? But when I see that, I'm just, like, I don't know about anyone else, but I just find it really disgusting when I see, like, a food reviewer, like, eating either with the mouth open or when they have like the food around their mouth. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, yeah, no, exactly. McDonald's is like eating plastic, but it tastes good. Having a bit of mini beef spring roll sounds banging, mate. Utterly banging. And the huge burp. I haven't heard it. I probably heard the burp. I just can't remember it. That stuff I don't mind so much because that's funny. As long as there isn't like the food in the mouth or anything like that, and it's just like a clean burp, then it's funny. Don't crash into him. Don't do anything stupid. Bless you, mate. It's all good. Bless you, mate. I was watching a little bit of speed stream. He did the backflip on the star. I was watching it like, that's crazy. He actually seems wholesome, though. He actually seems like a decent guy, to be fair. Like, that's what I would call like that's what I would call like a really good content creator. He seems intuitive, he seems happy to meet people, he's actually doing stuff with his content. Not just begging people to subscribe to him on Twitch or whatever. Like, it's so good, actually. I really have a lot of time and respect for him. Do you see yourself on the balcony? Awesome, man. What a goat. Yeah, very genuine. Very genuine. Man, he's ripped as well. Like, I don't know if he spends a lot of time in the gym or if it's just, like, genetic. He has, like, in that way. But my word, it's impressive. Oh my god, oh my god. I don't know if he really got fired. Thank you for leaving me the space. Were you happy when Lando won the championship? Neutral. I mean, I weren't unhappy. You know, I'm really happy for him. The thing for Lando, right, is I really wasn't bothered who won the championship. But when I saw Lando's reaction to winning it, I was happy that he got it. Because, like, nothing against Lando, nothing against Oscar or Max, right? But Lando had such a human emotion to winning the World Championship. Like, Lando's reaction to winning the championship looked like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but how everyone's reaction would look like winning a world championship. He just removed the media filters, he removed, like, you could see it actually genuinely meant more to him than I think a lot of people could imagine. Whereas it would have meant a lot for Max, it would have meant a lot for Oscar, that's for sure, but you could sense how much it meant to Lando, you know? And even if it would have meant the same amount to Oscar or Max, I don't think they would have put their emotion on display as much as Lando, you know? Catch you later, dude. I can't get my words out. Hopefully you have a productive day at school, man. Thank you, Ghosting. Betting on TV? Yeah. I'm really curious, Lando, for Lando this year. Because Lando's biggest, I can't say problem, because it's harsh for me, to say that he like a problem, right? Because who am I to judge? But his biggest, let's say, weakness was always his self-confidence. But now he's a champion, and he's basically achieved what he always wanted. I wonder if that self-confidence will be improved, you know? The setups work when you drive really smooth. Yeah. It's something I try to tune into my setups, right? I know that the game has the wheel flicking. But one, I really hate the wheel flicking. Two, a lot of people don't actually do the wheel flicking. So I try to anticipate that with my driving. So it's actually relevant. Otherwise, like if I just set the car up for wheel flicking, then, you know, only a few people can actually use it. Or use it how it's intended to be used anyway. I think just because Lando had a rocket ship doesn't mean he didn't deserve it. I think he earned it. Like, nothing against Lando here, right? Or anyone else on the grid. But it's clear that Max was the best driver in 2025, overall. But just because Max was the best driver, doesn't mean Lando doesn't deserve a championship. You know? Like, that's a bit like saying, like, multiple years, you know? Join. Let's go, Miles. Looking forward to race you, dude. Yeah, I don't like the whole criticism of Lando having the best car. Because at the end of the day, like, people are chasing that world championship and he won it. Deal's done. It's what it is, you know? Isn't much more to it, in all honesty. Yeah, we all have those kind of days, Liam. I get ya. Are you full? No, I'm quite hungry, to be fair. Nah, I'm only kidding. I think the lobby is full, yeah. Oh no, the lobby isn't full. I appreciate you, bro. Have a good evening as well, man. I don't understand one thing. When I put the setup, I'm not fast. When I don't put the setup, I'm fast. And then the speed don't go faster. It's that I put the wrong setup. It depends on your confidence with the setup, you know. Because if you're not confident with a certain setup, then you might go slower with it. Whereas if you have the more stable setup, you might go faster with it, you know. So really, it's just about your confidence with the setup that determines a lot of the speed. All right, catch you later, Ethan, as well. Cheers, bro. Catch you later, dude. No, I agree with that. The story was better with like Piastri with less experience and Verstappen's comeback. If I save a replay from a multiplayer game, is it possible to switch to POV in that replay? I presume so. For this year, be a podium. I think he can get a podium, but we'll see. We'll see. A lot can happen. Okay. My fault. Luckily, no one got spun from that. Please, Ghost. Oh, thank the Lord. Cheeky little switchback. Thank you, oh, master. Literally, my teammate saved me from ramming into him then. Ah, come on. There was no need for the contact there. What a mess. He was trying to be nice and let me pass. I tried to do the switchback. And we both got in each other's way. It's all good, bro. I appreciate the apology, man. Legend. Oh, that curve is deadly. I wonder if there was contact there. Sadly, a bit too far back to have seen. Nice little comeback to P3. It's not really about being quick. Really, if you want to be spawned to the sim rig, it's more about making content. Like, really, that if you want to get a sim rig, then I would say if you're making content, maybe you get 1,000 followers on, like, maybe let's say 5,000 on TikTok and Instagram. Then maybe you can sign an exclusivity deal with a sim rig provider to then them send you a sim rig and you put their logo on the stream, you know? F1 game you played. Technically, the first F1 game I played was F1 2002. But the first game I probably played was in F1 2010. Yo, how you doing, Dale? Pace means nothing. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I had no pace, and look where it got me, you know? Alright, appreciate you, Nate. Catch you later, dude. You're gonna go train Monza? Nice, man. Hope it goes well for you. Yeah, but I was playing F1 2002 in like 2008. It was just that we had a PlayStation 2, you know? Um, no, exactly. Like, if you want to be sponsored a sim rig or equipment because of your pace, then you need to be in a team, like a Team Redline or, you know, uh, an agency like that. And then they will maybe invest enough to you that they will send you a rig, or like join an F1 esports team and then they send you a rig. But that's really the only times you get an equipment for free while not being a content creator. Uh, yeah, you never have to apologize for a long one. You know that. uh, do you know what? I was having this discussion the other day, or actually yesterday, with a good friend, um, about sponsorship in sim racing. And at the moment, the sponsorship in sim racing is not super high because there's not that many companies that are having like a rivalry to each other. And like what I sort of say is like in real life, let's take HP with Ferrari, for example. There's a definitive like transactional gain. Okay, HP gets to be with Ferrari and be related to Ferrari, but also that Ferrari are going to be using HP products all the way through their factory, through their team, through their pit wall. And if Ferrari win, then HP are integrated to that success. Whereas at the moment in sim racing, there's not that many kind of sponsorships going around where you're getting like these drivers to be sponsored by a certain brand, like a glove company, for example. Like I'm not sponsored or tailored to any glove company at the moment, but like there's not really this ecosystem of okay, these gloves are definitively the best because this driver is winning the world championship with them. You know what I mean? And I think if there was more of that ecosystem where like okay, this brand is clearly best, let's go sponsor the best driver, and then people are going to go buy this product because they're with the best driver. At the moment, there's not that in sim racing, to be honest. Like the ROI, the return on investment for sponsoring content creators and sponsoring teams, etc., is not that is not that influential. There's not really like an influential. I don't see it anyway that there's a massively influential situation that drives a certain amount of people to buy a certain product. Okay, you have like Team Redline with like Simucube and Ascher Ultimate, but that's because Max Verstappen puts amazing energy behind the team. But that's the thing, though. They get more ROI from sponsoring a series than they do get from the driver. Like, I was saying this, like, to my friend. I was like, just being completely open and honest, Like, if there was, like, a top esports driver doing competitive racing on even F1 or iRacing or whatever, and streaming it and making content with it, and people realize that they could win with a certain wheel, what was typically seen to not be the best. Let's take Logitech, for example. Logitech at the moment in sim racing, although I really like what they do because they make it easy and accessible for people to join, they don't have a victory success story in sim racing at the moment, so people don't see them as like a top wheel to go to. And really, they get get disrespected quite a lot in sim racing. Whereas if there was a situation to be like, oh, okay, like this top driver is now winning the top leagues on F1 with a Logitech wheel, people will be like, oh, okay, you can actually win with a Logitech wheel? Okay. iRacing did sponsor an F3 driver. Yeah, Max Exterson. But I don't know. The problem is you don't actually know how sponsorships work, right? And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of these sponsorships are not actually true sponsorships. They're just family, friends, or something like that. Or, like, you know, they knew each other, or they're family related. Like, most of the sponsorships you see in, like, F3 or F2, etc., are more just family businesses. Because the family are paying for the racing, so they're like, well, we might as well stick our business on the side of it and use it as a tax expense, to be honest. I don't know how tax works in other countries, but the UK, you can class it as a sponsorship and you get a tax deduction. So, like, yeah, in modern day motorsports, the sponsorship is not, from what I know about it anyway, I don't know a lot, but what I do know, is not super strong, you know? There's also not much viewers. Yeah, but I agree. But the viewers that we do have in sim racing are really, really powerful. You know? Like, there's a massive money going through these companies for, like, sim racing products, right? Because they're not cheap, you know? Like, the cheapest wheel is, like, £300, right? So there's this massive amount of money churning in and out of sim racing. Although sim racing is a relatively small market, the market has a lot of money flowing in and out of it, you know? At least that's what I understand about it anyway. And I'm completely open to being wrong, right? Like, if I am wrong... Oh, sorry, buddy. Didn't see that. Was too busy yapping. If I am wrong, then honestly, fair enough. Coaching session suitable for beginners? Absolutely. Whatever your skill level is and whatever you want to focus on, we can. That's completely open to whatever you want it to be. Ooh, I'll try to read that on the straights, buddy. I want the DLS. Give me the DLS. Give me the DLS. Right, we've got not much battery and not much time to catch the leader. I hope he has less battery than me. He definitely has more battery than me. Actually, I'll read that after the race. Yeah, he has so much more battery than me. Oh, we try for the curving. Unlucky. How you doing, Justice? Welcome in, bro. Damn. Oh, I was reading chat. But they just made me wait until I stopped asking and just not answering at all. Wait, how to talk with a karting track owner company. Tried to get a sponsorship with them like they had done for the son of the owner who went to Fracka. But they just made me wait until I stopped asking. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem though, isn't it? Right. Because it's different, isn't it? Like when you're sponsoring your own kid to go racing, you're more likely to put the money in. But when you're sponsoring someone else's kid or someone else in general, it's money they could be spending on their own family. That's really like the crux of it, right? That you're trying to ultimately convince someone to spend their own money on something they could spend their money on their own family with or themselves, really, you know. And that's really where it becomes hard, especially in the modern day. Like when I speak to people who used to do racing in like the 80s, 70s, 90s, whatever, they tell me that sponsorship was much more like available because there was more like this hope factor. Whereas now that kind of hope factor is not really there. And it's a bit more I don't know how to say, but it's just a bit more tight. The money's more tight. Yeah, I mean, for them, maybe it would not be the end of the world to give you the money. But again, you have to put yourself in their shoes, right? That would you give, if you were in their shoes, would you give you the money? And this is the thing about asking for sponsorship, really. How is Esteban Ocon in the lobby? I know it's an AI, but what's all that about? Really, when you're asking for like a sponsorship, you have to try and make the sponsorship so good that you would put the money yourself, you know? Like, you have to offer so much that the offer is like too good to turn down. No, I agree. But the thing is, like, this is normal human emotion. That you end up in this situation, not you, but everyone, that people would prefer to not say anything than say no. Like, if you just speak honestly as a human, then people will always appreciate it, even if it's bad news, right? But the real problem is that people don't want to have that tough conversation, what then leads to awkward silences. Whereas if they just said, look, no, we don't put the money, we don't want to do that right now, it would have been fine, to be honest. But yeah, people don't do that these days. They're not that honest. Like a history class. Right, we'll do one more race. Yo, how you doing, Lucky Bro? Hope you had a good day, man. Oh yeah, Monaco in the rain. Good old tradition. We might have to get rid of Esteban Ocon from the lobby. I can't even kick him. How did that happen? The worst part is I went to a private school with some of the biggest fortunes of the country and was friends with them but couldn't get anything from them. Yeah, but that's normal, dude. That's normal. Like, to be honest, why should they put the money to you? You know, if they're just friends, like, to be honest, it's their money, it's their family's money. If they don't want to put it, that's their decision, you know. I'll be really honest. It's always really bad to mix business with friends anyway, because as soon as you try to do business with friends, that friendship is over. Because it's really hard to maintain a healthy friendship when someone's expecting something of you and you're expecting something of them. It's even like the same with loaning money, right? If it's like 10 or 20 pound or 20 euros, it's fine to lend someone the money to be nice, to be helpful. But if you're starting to loan people like thousands of pounds, it it's nice to give someone that, but it can really put a destabilization on the relationship, you know. No heroics in Sandivot. Big time heroics in Sandivot. It ended. How's everyone? Wait, what? Not that bad day. Ended school early. I wanted to relax with iRacing and it ended. Huh? I don't get what you mean by it ended. Like the day ended or iRacing ended? Kind of would. Ah, bless you, mate. That's the worst. When you have these early race crashes, you know. Bless you. Is there sim damage? Oh, yeah. There should be anyway. If there's not, I failed. Yeah, I know. Got taken out in turn 1. I thought you meant turn 2, but... Maybe there isn't sim... Okay, there definitely is sim damage. Okay, copy that. That teammate is looking very dangerous. Almost lost my front wing on the Macca. That's a lot of crunching. This has been very civilized so far. Okay, that's not civilized. That's in the wall. I do not trust that guy at all. Hello. Okay, the corner does not exist. Thank you. Oh my god, there's so many penalties around me. No! Well, this is not front wing damage. There's no grip though. But as long as you have a front wing, it's alright on this track. Fernandez's AI. That was a good lunge, to be fair. I'm not turning in that. The AI is being a problem. Yes, thank you. Oh, hello. Nice little switchback. Thank you. I just heard the shunt to back. Oh, we got like 12 seconds to the leaders. Well, that was a nice drift. No, don't make contact. Oh, that was a nice switchback. So we needed to the 30. 30.4. Okay, we took like 2.5 seconds out of him that lap. Even with the overtake. I think the win is genuinely still on. That was sweet. Gonna take another 1.3 seconds out of the fastest lap into the 26s. We will need some drama to win this race. Without drama, just getting past Visa Cash App will be an achievement. Oh, almost just clattered the wall. Well, I did clatter the wall, but almost got damage from it. And no traction in dirty air. I'm going to try and nail him on the exit here. Set up the good exit. Ah, just with dirty air, can't. Nice little switchback. Go try to switch back again. Ah, he's parked it. Fair play, lad. Ah, fair play. That was a good battle. GG. Crack-a-lackin'. Do Esports driving setups or... it's a mix between drivers and engineer. Depends on the driver and engineer combo. But I'd say more it's drivers making setup, generally speaking. Oh. Alright, time to call it a day. It was a pleasure. It was a good one. Enjoy. I enjoy that. Headset dent. Oh, yeah. We will be here. Gotta love a headset dent. Means you're being authentic. Right. We'll give this geezer the raid. So yeah, no, I appreciate everyone. I will try to go live tomorrow as well. Don't know what I would do tomorrow, what I would make, but yeah, do appreciate everyone tuning in. Was fun, was good to chill. And yeah, I'm gonna go give this guy the raid on Twitch. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube. Unfortunately, we can't actually raid anyone on YouTube. But yeah, really do appreciate everyone. Was nice, was chill, was enjoyable. So yeah, thank you to everyone, and I will catch you lot in the next stream. So have a good evening, and I will catch you lot later. Grazie ragazzi, everyone. Where is my mouse cursor? There's my mouse cursor. Grazie everyone. Ciao. Bye bye. And what we will do is then end that, and then we will